everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my monthly anti-haul for October. I cannot believe the year is almost over already. Like, people are already pushing out some holiday, and I mean like December holiday collections, and here we are in October. So I always start the videos off by a quick reminder that anything that I'm not buying, I have no hate, I have no negativity towards the companies. They're just things that I personally either don't like or not interested in for whatever reason, one reason or another, and I like sharing my opinion with you guys and kind of just chatting about different new makeup that's coming out. So the first item I have here is the Major Headline Blush Palette by Patrick Ta. I believe that this is a holiday collection. It does say holiday, stunning holiday 2021. So it's called the Major Headline Blush Palette. It includes 3 new shades, 2 different formulas. So it's gonna have a powder and it's gonna have a cream. I think that these shades are beautiful. I have never actually tried his blushes and I love me a good blush. However, it's just not something that I would use. I find that face palettes are not something that I go to often, so I really just don't buy them. I do think that it's beautiful, but if I'm gonna buy blushes, I would prefer to buy his single blushes because he has duos where it's a powder and a cream. I would rather buy like one of those than a whole palette because I usually don't use it. Even like my favorite blush palette, which is the Bougie Rouge by Jaclyn. I mean, like, it's my favorite palette, but I still don't use it every time I do makeup or often because I have so much makeup. So I just find that my palettes get pushed to the back whenever it's a face palette. So nothing against it. I think it's beautiful and I've heard all good things about his product. So nothing against that. It's not something I'm going to use. So the next thing that I have on here is the Morphe 35X palette. This is also their holiday collection. I mean, do I really have to say much? It's just like, I feel like, hear me out, Jaclyn's palette bigger. Okay, so mostly everybody knows, and if not, I'm gonna school you on it. Jaclyn has her own formula with Morphe, so her shadows are formulated differently than the actual Morphe shadows. I actually believe that any collab made is formulated differently because their collabs are usually really good, but their palettes standalone by themselves are like really not good. So it's just the same old, and I'm just not interested in it, especially since I just bought the Jaclyn one that literally just looks like that palette's baby. And I like that it's smaller because it's less headache and doesn't give me as much anxiety when I look at it and I know I'm only going to use like 6 or 8 shades. So the next thing is going to be the Jaclyn Cosmetics Holiday Collection. It's actually just going to be a few things from there because some of the things I am buying. She is actually launching this on October 17th, which is like way before the holidays. Like, we haven't even gotten to Halloween yet, okay? So, I mean, I've seen like photos and stuff, but are people actually launching their holiday stuff right now? Like, am I late and they're just like on time, but I think it's early, but I'm really late? I don't know. So the 4 things that come with it are limited edition Pout Spoken lipsticks, 6 shimmering eyeshadows, a oil primer, and a face palette. So I do want to get the shimmers and the lipsticks. I am not interested in the oil primer. It just doesn't sound like something I want to try. If you guys get it, always come back and let me know, like, Jamie, it's awesome, or yeah, you're good that you missed it. But my main focus is actually on the Jaclyn palette called Achieve Ultimate Rosy Win. I don't know. It's a face palette with 3 shades. If I'm being honest, it reminds me of this guy. So this is the Becca Cosmetics. It's a holiday palette that they did a while ago. That you get more in this one, but it definitely gives me like this trio vibe right here. So I'm just like, interesting, very interesting. I'm not into it because the thing is, with a face palette like that, when you put a highlighter, a bronzer, and a blush usually can be universal and used for anybody, but highlighter and bronzers are very specific to skin tones and undertones, so it just really depends on the person, and I'm just not willing to risk it because I don't know that I can return it as easily as I bought it. We have the Makeup Revolution. It's a new holiday collection that they're having. I believe it is a Revolution X Friends Thanksgiving edition. I'm assuming that these are things that contribute or are tributes to the show Friends, but if you guys are not new here, I've stated on another anti-haul of a Friends collab, I don't really like the show. I only watched a handful of them, so it's just not something that I feel is nostalgic for me or that I need to buy, and I don't want a palette that's shaped like a turkey. I don't know why I think that's so weird. It just stood out to me and I was like, what? no. Why would I? Some people might. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's not for me. So then the next holiday collection. So I guess this is a welcome to my Auntie Haul holiday collection. Usually I really love holiday collections. Like I really do. But first of all, it's not even Halloween. Second of all, they're not really that great. But this one is the Natasha Denuna holiday collection. It's a mini holiday collection. So you get a 3 eyeshadow palette and then you get a 5 eyeshadow palette with a brush. I will tell you that the 5 pan palette is really, really beautiful. I love the greens and the browns, and like that's definitely a look I could get behind, but I just find that they're relatively expensive for being so little. Like they're so tiny. A 3 pan palette shouldn't cost you $20, but it does. So the next thing is the new Colourpop and NBA collab. Now don't come for me if I have some sports lovers watching this. I don't like baseball. Wait, basketball? I don't like basketball. It's basketball. Oh god, don't come for me. I'm not a basketball fan. I think that some of these palettes are really cute. I think it's a really fun idea to kind of like mix sports and beauty, but I just don't find myself running to these because I don't have any idea who these teams are or who they play for. So nope, I'm gonna pass. And we have the Norvina Chroma sticks. It looks like they're just 16 makeup pencils with a matte finish, smudge proof. If I'm being honest, it reminds me of NYX makeup. I think I'm kind of over ABH except for the brow products because I will always be like a ride or die for their brow product. But I just feel like I've been so let down by their launches that at this point, like I look at their stuff and I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm not really certain if they're eyeliners, if they're eyeshadow sticks. It just says makeup pencils, so I guess it could be anything. I don't know. I'm just not interested. The next one is actually 2 Colourpop items. The one is their new mega palette and it is called Play It Jewel. I don't know if that's new. That reminds me of the Kathleen Lights one. Is that not the same? It's just not something I'm interested in. I got one big palette from Colourpop. Only one, like huge palette, and it was okay, but I really just don't use it. So I'm gonna pass on that. They do have really, really pretty colors, but it reminds me, Kathleen Lights and Colourpop did one, but I think it was like Zodiac or was it Jules? I don't remember, but it looks really similar to this palette. However, the newer item I'm referring to is Party Proof Eye Primer. If you look at these swatches, and I'll put these here too, I don't know if it's showing on camera, but if you go to like Trendmood or their Facebook or their Instagram page, you can see like they have 3 swatches of what looks like clear, medium, and like a caramel. So translucent, caramel, and deep. 1, they're very translucent. 2, they look really thin, and I think that they're just gonna be very silicone based, and I feel like we've moved on past that where we use creams. I would rather use a concealer than this thin greasy primer. I'm just saying. It is really inexpensive though, so if you want to give it a go, you're really only losing out on $8. We have the Too Faced holiday collection. You guessed it, it's like the same thing it always is. I will tell you that little hot cocoa like bronzer situation, I just think it's absolutely adorable, but I'm not gonna buy it because I won't use it. It's just cute, but it's like the same melted matte lipsticks, Better Than Sex mascara, and all the little ornaments, the lip injection thingy. I'm not here, y'all know how I feel about Too Faced, and I hate their huge holiday palettes. I think that if you're newer to makeup or you're newer to the beauty community, this might be something that's kind of worth it to you because you're paying like a lump sum and you're getting like blushes in their holiday palettes, and you're getting eyeshadows, and you're getting a mix of really everything. But I just find that every time I ever bought their holiday palette, I never really used them, and I winded up getting rid of like all of them. I'm glad you guys know how I feel about Too Faced. Like, I'm just not here for them anymore. It's just very bland, and it's nothing that really jumps out to me. So, you know, it is what it is. So the next item is the Kylie Skin Watermelon Lip Oil. I wasn't interested in the first one, and I'm not really interested in the watermelon flavored one. It seems like it's gonna be really, really pricey for something that people are saying is kind of like not worth it. So when I see the reviews, I'm just like, ugh. So I have a lot of lip oils that cost a lot less than that. So I think I'll stick with those and pass. And then we have the MAC Cosmetics Holiday Collection. This one is kind of interesting, but I'm still not gonna buy it situation. Like, I'm kind of interested, but in like the packaging more than anything, I guess. But it's just the same old for me. Same old shimmers, same old color lipsticks, reds, purples. But the little chrome shadows are what kind of pulled me, because I was like, oh, those are really pretty. And I love using those on a regular basis instead of like getting out my dry eyeshadow palettes. I love a creamy single shadow, but I just don't think I'm about it. And then I think I only have like two more things, same company. The one, they're both from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm just gonna say that right now. I say this every video, every time I do an anti-haul, just because like some people take it really sensitive when I say I'm not buying something. I'm not doing the mystery boxes. I've actually never had one of his mystery boxes, and let me tell you why. The first two, he's done several. I think it was the first two, and then I gave up and I never did it again. So the first one I tried, and I wound up having it in my cart, and I didn't go like a ton or three or one. I had one in my cart, and I was literally checking out, putting in my payment stuff, and it took it out of my cart, and then I couldn't get back in, and then it wound up selling out when I could get back in. And so that kind of was irritating. Then I was like, okay, yeah, he's having another one. So I did that one. And this time I wasn't even able to access the site until 20 minutes later, and everything was sold out. Except for, there were a couple boxes, but they weren't in my size. So like the bigger ones like have hoodies and stuff. So I would have been basically buying a box and not being able to use the one thing that I wanted to purchase it with. The other thing is, I've seen a lot of reviews, and I have to say I haven't been intrigued by a lot of the stuff that he puts in them. It's stuff that either I feel like any other company does, if I'm being honest. Like, he's not alone. It's just stuff that he's trying to get rid of, and that's fine, but like, I don't want to have the same 6 green, yellow, neon orange lipsticks every time or whatever. But I just think that I think there was like a palette in one which I thought was cool, but every time I try to buy them, it gives me such bad anxiety, because I'm like trying. It's worse than buying anything brand new from Kylie Cosmetics. Let me just say that. And that is a high anxiety situation. Okay, at least back in the day it was. When I got the Halloween collection, it was fairly simple. The only thing that was sold out was like the PR bundle, which was so weird, because like a year ago, if you were even 6 minutes late to Kylie's website, you weren't getting anything. So it gives me more anxiety, basically, is what I'm saying, than that. And I just can't go through that to wind up getting nothing like I have each time. So I've just given up. So I'm not interested. I'm sure that big fans of Jeffree Star are loving those, because it is a discount. It's a hefty amount of money you're paying. I'm not gonna say it's nothing, like it's in the hundreds, but you're also getting a couple $100s worth of stuff. So take that as you will. I'm just not interested. I'm not paying $200 for a box of something I might or might not like. It's a lot of money, like, to me. I thought he had a box that was like 40 something before, but the lowest I'm seeing is 85. So I'm like, no. So it brings me to my next and last item, which is the new Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I think it's a Halloween launch. It is the Weirdo mini palette. It's a 9-pan palette. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of loved the whole throwback situation and the whole like thing of the advertising of it, but I'm just not, I don't like the palette. I don't like those colors. I was never like a goth person, so I never really got that vibe, which is fine. Like, everyone does their own thing and I love it, but it's just not a palette for me. I don't see myself ever opening that palette and going, yes, this is it. It's just personally just not, it's not my thing. So I'm gonna pass on that. I do love the creativity and remake of the throwback, so I absolutely love that. There were a couple lipstick that I saw on his video. I don't have pictures of them right now. I tried to look on his Instagram, I tried to look on his company's Instagram, and I'm not seeing anything showing, so I don't really have them to show you. But there are a couple. There's like Throwing Up Cereal, which I thought was pretty cool. There's another black gray one, so there's quite a few that I'm looking at for those. But for the palette, it's not my go-to. It's not my color story. It's not my vibe, if you will. Everyone is different. To each their own. But that is it for my auntie haul, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of gave you an idea of things that I think are not really worth buying or not really that interesting. And again, as always, your opinion may be completely different from mine, and that's totally fine. I have nothing against these companies or their brands. They're just things that don't stand out to me, or I'm just not interested in really wearing or buying. So always let me know down below. Leave me a little comment, if you will, telling me if there's anything on my list that you are interested in buying, and then one that you're not interested in buying. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of my list. Let me know if there's something different that you've seen that you don't want to buy, because I'm just like, I don't know, this month I just feel so like not interested. Does that make sense? Like, not a lot of stuff really got me excited. There were two collections I got super excited for within the past month. It was the Lunar Beauty Moonspell collection, and then the Kylie Cosmetics and Nightmare on Elm Street. So I'm just not really, I don't know, this month was kind of like easy to do an auntie haul because I wasn't really interested. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my videos. I do try to upload 3 times a week. Every week I have been kind of slipping on Mondays, and I'm just, you know, I'm getting there. Things are happening. But I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.